What is up, folks? This is Aircast, and welcome back to Dark Souls 1. Alright, so I mentioned in the last episode, towards the end, there's a few things that I wanted to talk about. And one of them was that I'd pretty much use, until we get the weapon that I'm looking for, I'd pretty much use, whatever I kind of had the fancy of using. Um, and some of these I wouldn't mind using, like, yeah, there's no way I can use this one effectively. And the reason is, yeah, that's a good way to die. Even two-handed, I can't use it. Just stagger around. And, I mean, I would do next to no damage with this thing, even though I'm just basically swinging around a boulder. Um, but there's not really much that's interesting that I can really use at the moment. As you can see, the rec required parameters. I need 50 strength to be able to wield this thing. And that's the way it is with a lot of strength weapons. You need at least 32 to wield pretty much anything interesting. This one takes 32, which would be kind of interesting to use. It's it doesn't have a very good dex scaling, but I mean, it technically is a strength to dex weapon. But yeah, I don't really have a lot else that's really all that interesting at the moment. I do have some dex weapons, but I don't really have enough dex to make them hit for really much anything that's useful. Here's the best weapon in the game. It's actually really, really awesome. You can have a really long reach with that lunging attack. But, yeah. So the reason it's, well, I don't say it's the best, but it's one of the best until late in game because of the fact that it has excellent scaling. So it starts off with a B scaling, which is, it's good, but it's meh. But once you upgrade it to plus 15, and it actually does go up that high, it is a very, very, very high scaling weapon. I'm pretty sure it's like the tip-top S level scaling. Not as much as the white bow, but it's pretty high. But yeah, I'm gonna stick with my Drake Sword because I don't have anything I don't have any stats that are super high that make for good scaling. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch to the Black Knight Shield again because we'll be facing more things that sling fire at me than anything else. So if you go down here, there's actually something really nice. Yes, indeed, happiness. Dragon Scale. Cool. Won't use that for a long while. But there aren't many dragon scales that you can get this way in the world, so it's nice to go ahead and loot that. So there is one thing that I would really like to pick up before I came down here, but I didn't think too much about it, to be quite honest. So what we might do is go ahead, and before we do this area, go ahead and, oh, you fell through the world. They actually kind of have a habit of doing so, which is a little frustrating if they have loot on them, but, oh, come on. Yeah. Poison. There's two things that I want. I want the ring that I mentioned, back when we killed the gargoyles, and I want to get the shackle, which is actually a ring. Are they manacles or something like that? I can't remember the actual name of it. Now I can actually cure myself, but this is not a good time to do so. I should have done it at the bottom down there, but I didn't think about it until I was heading up. So you might actually recognize this area. Well, not this area because we haven't been down here. But as soon as I come up here, oh hey, we've been here before. Ow. But yeah, so, oh, and actually I could, well, let's go ahead and do this. Let's switch to Spider Shield, and we'll go ahead and do something else that's down here. Where is... There we go. So you might think this is a healing spell, but it's not. Remedy is actually a sorcery. Which I think I've mentioned before. But... Oh, great. I wonder where the other one was. Alright, so if we... I'll just hop down here. Can we see him from here? Nope. Well, that's unfortunate. I was hoping that would give us an advantage, but it didn't. Oh well. And we can go and climb up this one. So there's actually an area back there that has some good items in it. And we'll go ahead and head back there. There's not really a reason not to. Besides the fact that it's a horrible, terrible place that you never want to really go. It has all kinds of nightmarish things, including several blow dart guys. Really, I hate this area. And if there's one area that's just plain annoying, it's this one, because it's hard to get a good aim on these guys. I'm just gonna build up. That's fine. Okay. So, and then we can do this. Okay, good. That's exactly why I got that, by the way. It's for situations like this. Because Toxic is really annoying. Wow, I didn't let him get off a single shot. Nice. Moss Clump. And they're not the only ones that are down here. This guy I can actually just go chop at, I guess. Okay, can I... Yeah, I was gonna say, it's gonna be more difficult to not just clang into the wall and not hurt him. So there's another guy. And you're dead. So if you can actually get to those guys, they're not bad. But they're, you know, occasionally very hard to get to. So, you know, not always the case. That they're, you know... There we go. Well, at least I got a hit off on him, I guess. Can I do a plunging attack on him? It's a long way to fall. There's actually more than one down there, which makes it even worse. Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah? Oh, hey, I did it. Yeah. Alright. Fine. Ha! Awesome. Awesome, awesome. I didn't think I was going to get one, much less both of them. I was more afraid I was going to overshoot them than actually, you know, get a successful drop on them. But it turned out pretty well. Pretty well, I'd say. Oh, we actually picked up another humanity at some point. At what point that was, heck if I know. But remember, there's another dog, or two dogs over here. It's kind of silly sometimes just how things look. It's like, seriously? Obviously that should not have happened. There you go. Well, I guess I can switch to my fire shield now. I don't have any more guys to block, so it's not an issue. Firekeeper's Soul. That is what I'm after. And it is totally worth it to come back here. Just because of that. It gives you an extra +1 to your flasks. Definitely worth it. I think you can also turn it into humanity? Is that what it turns into? Oh crap. Yeah, that wasn't good. These are just constantly breathing at me. They don't want to attack me. I mean, like, you know, head-on attack me. Slash at me, bite at me, whatever they do. But yeah, so that's this area. Definitely useful to come up here. And I could have gotten that much earlier, but I really wanted to have the spider shield. Because, well, you saw what it could have been like. It could have been quite terrible. So I'm going to get out of here and head back to Firelink Shrine. Alrighty guys, so Lautrec, well, he killed the Firekeeper. And, well, there is a consequence. A big consequence.
Did you see her? That virtuous little maiden, complete with followers in tow? They're probably going straight to pillage graves. I've heard enough about Milady for a lifetime. Well, what are you going to do? I've already decided. I don't really care. I'm simply crestfallen. How did that nutty sorcerer make it back? Unexpected. But I suppose stranger things have happened. How did that old man make it back? Unexpected. But I suppose stranger things have happened.
So as you can see, he has comments about pretty much everything that happens around here. If I'd come back and talked to him sooner, he wouldn't have so much to say. But we'll go talk to everybody.
What now? I'm not up for chatting. Leave me alone.
Alright. So this is the quote-unquote old man.
Well, I see you made it out. Yeah, I made it out safely too. I have my Pyromancy of the Great Swamp, so I can usually manage with a bit of care. Oh yeah, by the way, I can share my spells with you. I think you have a knack for it. All you need are the materials. I'll be pleased to help you. Unless you find the magics unsavory. Yeah, wonderful. I'm sure that they'll be of some use, some assistance. Here, first take this. A flame from the Great Swamp. Now you're a fully fledged pyromancer. Well, let's get started right now.
Alright. So you can purchase several things from him. Flash Sweat is probably the most useful early on. Iron Flesh is it's useful at times, but it's also a good way to get yourself killed. So Iron Flesh, well, let's just look. Okay, so Pyromancy of Carmina, who harness the power of flame to actualize the inner self. Iron Flesh boosts defense and resilience. Use of this pyromancy requires caution as the caster becomes exceedingly heavy and unable to move freely. So basically you become a rock. You can take a lot of damage, but you can't move very well at all. I mean, you basically crawl. Do not try to roll with it because you will stagger. This one is the one I was saying was useful. Pyromancy of Carmina, who harnessed... Yeah, okay, so intense sweating reduces flame damage. So Carmina, the most accomplished pupil of Solomon, the master pyromancer, pioneered new directions for the art of pyromancy. So we've also got Combustion and Fireball, which are very basic spells. Do I want to... How much is this one? It's just 2,000? Yeah, I'll go ahead and buy it. It's useful for a boss that's coming up, so... modify equipment. We can go ahead and increase this, and it only takes souls. So it's, it's not bad in increasing it.
Pyromancy is the art of casting fire. Produce flame, then channel it, just as our ancestors did. A pyromancer must be in tune with nature herself. My home, the Great Swamp, is an abundant store of nature. You will understand one day. It only takes time. Pyromancy has a, well, rather primitive aspect to it. It meshes poorly with advanced culture, and pyromancers are considered rather unsavory, which is fine, as I never got along with anybody anyway. So, for me, turning undead didn't change a thing. A pyromancer's flame is a part of his own body. The flame develops right along with his skill. When I gave you that flame, I gave you a part of myself. Please take good care of it.
Of course.
Goodbye then. Come back if you find anything new.
I shall. Alright, so the next person that we can talk to is someone else that we freed.
Oh, hello. I regret meeting you under such compromising circumstances. At least we both made it back unscathed. Incidentally, would you care to learn any sorceries? You're clearly talented, and besides, I owe you. Of course, we will require some materials, but I'm happy to teach you some elementary spells. Are you interested?
Sure. Now, he won't actually say that and give you the option unless you have a certain amount of intelligence. Meeting that intelligence is actually not very hard, though, so I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Splendid. Very well. I am pleased to have a chance to give something back. Well then, let's get started straight away.
Alright, so he teaches a bunch of basic stuff. One of the ones that's probably more useful is fall control. He does teach you Great Heavy Soul Arrow, though, which is a really good one. Great Soul Arrow as well. I am not very partial to Heavy Soul Arrow. It does more damage than Soul Arrow, but the purpose of it is to stagger opponents, not to do damage. So, you know, it's of moderate usefulness because, yeah. Arl Decoy, basically it just makes a noise somewhere and, you know, distracts things. Basically what you can do with an arrow. Magic Shield, useful. It adds magic defense to your shield. I think we'll just go with fall control for now.
Have you heard of Big Hat Logan? Master Logan is a great sorcerer and my teacher. Both of us came to this land as undead. But one day he departed, leaving only a note. I suppose he wished to keep me out of harm's way. But where does that leave me? I have dedicated myself to sorcery, but Master Logan could find no use for me. Ah, yes. The note that Master Logan left. It only said he would travel to Anolondo by way of Sen's fortress. I can only guess that he seeks the regal archives. For Master Logan is a tireless pursuer of wisdom. Wisdom trumps all. Everything else is hogwash. When the curse turned him undead, I'm certain that he only felt it was the perfect chance to visit this land. I only wish that I had his courage. 2 things are required for sorcery. First, you must equip a wand. Second, you must attune a sorcery. Then you will be ready to fire away. Oh, and don't forget to aim. 2 things are required. First,
That's all he
second,
has to say.
then... Oh, and...
So,
All right. That'll do it. That should help you on your journey. May we meet again.
indeed. Alright, so let's go talk to these guys now. So we're just on a talking quest. So obviously...
Oh, hello. My guests have finally arrived. I will be departing with them shortly. So, I'm afraid I will be saying goodbye soon. It was a pleasure.
Indeed. No, your speakers aren't messing up.
What have we here? You look awfully raggedy. Times are grim. The least you can do is look sharp. Don't you dare meet my lady like that. You might scare her off for good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you again. What business have you? I don't suppose we can help, though. We accompany my lady on her righteous mission. It is quite a chore, but I'm stuck with her, and Nico too. I can't very well abandon them now.
You are undead as well? Then we've no time to fraternize. I have my mission and you no doubt have yours. We must not let this curse overcome us. Did I not explain the urgency of our tasks? Or are you so uncouth as to lack such judgment? By the looks of you, I should think not.
Alright. Suit yourself. I'll just break some pots. Alright, so I would like to unequip that. As you can see, I get up much quicker. I could use a little bit more stamina, but I have more stats that I need. There are a couple different ways that I want to go at the moment, and I think we will probably go this way. Losing that bonfire is pretty critical. It's something that's very, very unfortunate. But is it worth it? Probably not. But it's a pretty big story element that I wanted to go ahead and have you guys see if you have not seen it before. Oh, come on. Okay, like I said, I'm kind of bad at jumping, so... Oh, what the... There we go. There's certain spots in this game that have a tendency to not let you want to pass, which is rather unfortunate because, well, you kind of need to. So I actually need to make that jump again because we need the Undead Asylum Floor 2 Whiskey. Now, I also pick up this item that's over here. Yeah, framed. Which you can actually get up here, by the way. You just follow the staircase that runs along the outside. You don't need to go all the way up like I just did to get that item. You do to get onto the roof, though, and get the Undead Asylum key. But there's some important things to get from the Undead Asylum. Now, if you remember, that's where we started off. But things have changed a little bit since we left. Let's see if I can make it the first time this time. Oh, did I just overdo it? Nope. Okay, good. Phew. There we go. Apparently just rolling over that helps. You don't necessarily need to jump to make it down there, but at the same time, or right there, but rolling doesn't always get you there. I've had several situations where I have just not made it, so. I thought there was an item there, but I guess not. So, if you come over here. This looks familiar. We've done this before, haven't we? In Dark Souls 2? If I make like an egg for long enough. For visual glitches, graphical glitches. Alright, so the Northern Undead Asylum, and I think we're going to go ahead and stop here for today. Seems like a good spot, and we've got a lot to do here. Well, moderately. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.